The Okono family legacy. Obiora. Okono was a man whose name resonated with success and power in the community of Umoa. Born into a humble farming family, he worked tirelessly to build an empire of lands, properties, and businesses. By his 40s, he became the wealthiest man in the region, respected by all. Despite his success, Obiora remained humble and known for his kindness. His wife, Bola, a beautiful woman, gave him 3 daughters, Adobe, Chinasa, and Yuna. These girls were the light of his life. However, for his extended family, this was not enough. In Igbo tradition, a male heir was considered essential to carry on a man's name and wealth. Obiora's mother, Neka, constantly criticized Bola for not bearing a son, causing turmoil in the home. Each visit from Neka was filled with harsh words aimed at Bola, accusing her of failure. Obiora, who loved his wife, began to feel the pressure from both his mother and society. Eventually, he gave in and agreed to take a second wife. The choice fell on Chinna, a beautiful and ambitious young woman from a nearby village. Chinna saw in Obiora a way to escape poverty, and despite her parents' objections, she married him. The wedding was quiet and devoid of the usual celebrations. Bola, heartbroken but resigned, accepted her husband's decision. As Chinna moved in, her frustration grew. She felt sidelined, as Obiora spent time with Bola and their daughters rather than with her. The tension in the household intensified, and Chinna's jealousy and bitterness festered. Despite all efforts to claim her place, Chinna remained dissatisfied. When she became pregnant, her arrogance reached new heights, convinced that her son would be the heir. However, when the child was born, it was another girl. Chinna's disappointment was palpable, and the strained atmosphere only worsened. In her growing anger and jealousy, Chinna poisoned a pot of soup, leading to the tragic deaths of Obiora's daughters. Devastated by the loss, Obiora and Bola were inconsolable. Chinna, pretending to mourn, continued to play her role, but Bola's suspicions grew. Eventually, Bola uncovered the truth through a spiritualist and confronted Chinna. The confession shattered Bola's heart, leading to a violent confrontation where Bola exacted her painful revenge on Chinna. Bola, crushed by the loss and betrayal, took her own life, leaving Obiora to grapple with the consequences. When he returned home, he found the devastation, the deaths of his daughters, the loss of his wife, and the emptiness of his choices. Time passed, and Obiora realized he had a responsibility to care for Chinna's daughter, the only remaining piece of his shattered family. This young girl became his hope, the future he sought to rebuild. Though haunted by his past, he poured his love into raising her, learning that every child is a blessing, regardless of gender.